He laughed as he signed the divorce papers. Not a nervous laugh. Not a sad one. A real laugh. The kind that says, I've already won. Mark didn't even look at his wife when he slid the papers back across the table. He leaned back in his chair, smirking, like this was just another business deal he'd closed. Finally, he said, I thought you'd drag this out longer. Rachel didn't respond. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She just watched him. And that should have terrified him. For 12 years, Rachel had been invisible in their marriage. She raised the kids, managed the house, smoothed over Mark's temper, gave up her own career so he could build his. And when he became successful, when the money came in, the promotions, the praise, he decided he didn't need her anymore. There was someone younger now. Someone fun. So he filed for divorce. Quick. Clean. Brutal. He kept the house. The accounts. The company shares. Rachel got a modest settlement and a deadline to move out. Mark thought he'd stripped her of everything. What he didn't know was that Rachel had already let go. 2 weeks later, Mark threw a celebration dinner. New girlfriend. New suit. Expensive wine. He toasted to new beginnings and joked about how divorce had been the best decision of his life. That same night, his phone buzzed. Then buzzed again. And again. By morning, his bank cards declined. All of them. At first, he laughed it off. A glitch. A mistake. That kind of thing doesn't happen to people like him. Until his assistant called, her voice shaking. Mark, the board is asking questions. By noon, his office access was revoked. By evening, his lawyer stopped answering his calls. Here's the part Mark never saw coming. Years earlier, back when Mark was too busy to handle paperwork, he'd signed several documents Rachel put in front of him. Trusts, authorizations, asset management agreements. He never read them. He trusted her. Or more accurately, he underestimated her. Rachel had quietly structured the family assets under a legal framework that protected long-term marital contribution. Something designed for spouses who sacrifice careers to support a partner's success. When Mark rushed the divorce, he triggered clauses he didn't even know existed. The company shares? Frozen pending review. The house? Legally tied to marital equity reassessment. The accounts? Flagged until asset origin verification was completed. Rachel hadn't stolen anything. She'd simply stepped out of the way and let the system do what it was designed to do. When Mark finally saw her again, it wasn't across a dinner table. It was in a lawyer's office. She looked calmer than he'd ever seen her. You planned this, he accused. She shook her head gently. No, she said. I planned for us. You just chose to leave. The review took months. By the time it ended, Mark's reputation was wrecked. His girlfriend disappeared. His company replaced him. His friends stopped calling. And Rachel? She rebuilt quietly. New home. New purpose. New peace. The last thing Mark ever remembered clearly was the sound of his own laughter echoing in that room, right before he signed away the life he thought he owned. Sometimes karma doesn't scream. Sometimes it smiles and waits. If you believe the truth always finds its moment, subscribe to Fallen Truth Stories. Because not every ending looks like revenge, but every truth gets revealed.